pretty straightforward.
I kind of like it better than what I was doing before, where I just kind of sat there and waited. Until I
Yeah,
had storm, then moved.
yeah. It's a fun build. I actually like it quite a bit too. It's pretty good. Um, the DDs don't have to like kill off the hatch, but at your level, they will until you're about like high master or something. It'll pretty much just be a free win. If you kill the hatch, it's pretty much a free win at least.
Right.
Let's see. Alright, so another PVZ?
Yeah, works for me.
Alright, I'll see. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so we can do the same build again or a different one. It's pretty straightforward. But we can practice it again if you want. It's up to you. I mean, you really don't want that many builds when you're just when you're in gold. Like you want one build to play over and over and over, and just get better at it. Because everything starts becoming muscle memory.
Right. I'll try it again.
Alright, sounds good.
And I feel like my follow-up could have been a little bit better too.
Yeah, you were floating a lot of money, but
So
not too neutral. You do seem to cut probes at around 3 bases quite a bit. That's happened in every game. Like as soon as you have like 10 probes at your third, you pretty much stop.
yeah.
You'd like to get it fully saturated if you can. Oh, you make me nervous with those pylons. I can't do that. It's like just touching the nexus, right?
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
It makes me nervous.
We'll
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, I always build it too far forward from paranoia.
I haven't been wrong yet, but there's a first time for everything.
I've done it quite a few times, so I'll trust you.
It's mostly just dumb luck. So if it makes up for it, I have a problem making a wall. So there you go.
Well, so do I. I don't know if you watch my stream, but walls don't do well. Okay, so you might have to bring down another probe.
I hope I lost my probe.
Oh, yeah, happens. Don't lose this probe though. Build your nexus. There you go. Nice. Alright.
Money.
Forge it down. I would forge pylon and then go scout again.
Okay.
Alright, then you're gonna want to gateway, but make sure you're probing up. You can even Chronobus them. Alright, so you saw the drone come back in, so you have to be a little bit concerned about a proxy hatch, maybe. You just have to keep your eye on it.
Okay.
So when you lose a probe, it can be hard to tell when the lings are going to get to your base.
Right.
So build a cannon. You might want to have your probe at your natural out there a little bit. Make sure you check for third base. That like the lings have already left if they've left. So all your attention needs to be paying attention to that probe you have outside your natural. Unless you see this. Then you saw he went 3 hatch before pull. So there's going to be no lings on the way.
Bring him back.
Yeah, just bring back the probe. Keep making probes. Probably not going to notice that until you've played against it a few times.
Yeah.
But Alright, so it's the same thing as last game. Chronobus probe, skies and gas. That drone in your main is gonna be a little bit. Oh, you're gonna lose that probe.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. Alright. So your Chronobus team probes out of both?
Alright. Wait, now we are.
Chronobus probes. You only Chronobus team one Nexus. Don't lose this probe. Thank you.
Just for you.
Alright. So Cybercore, you need a pylon for the Twilight.
Alright.
And a Stalker. Probe up, probe up, probe up, probe up, probe up. Chronobus probes. Out of both. Okay, your next pylons are going to be scouting for the Overlord. So there's going to be one at the bottom left of your base and one at the bottom right to orb in the low ground. Every pylon PvZ pretty much has a purpose until like the 52 or whatever pylon. Get your Twilight down though, it's already a little bit late. Because of the drone harass. It was pretty late. We can make it work though. Alright. Keep probing up, yep, good. Double gas. Get your sentry going. Chronobus stop probes. You pretty much never stop until you have like a third base. You need another pylon for your DTs. Got an Overlord coming in at your nat, but looks like the cannon should be able to take care of it. Get ready to get your DT shrine down right on time because it was already a bit late. You add 2 gates immediately. Then you grab your mothership core. Okay, then you clear out your third with the Zealot and go take it. Grab your +1 attack on the way. Mothership core should go straight to your third whenever it's out. Keep making probes though, don't cut. I mean at this point, just queue up 2 probes at a time. As long as you're constantly producing them. Alright, get a Nexus going, yep, pylon immediately. That sentry should be at the choke at your natural. I mean, we'd just like to have a bunch of speedlings running. Mothership core goes to your third. Keep chronobusting out probes. Okay, gateways in the main turned on immediately. That should line up. Yep, cannon at your third, good. Cannon does need to be started immediately though, in case he's doing anything all-ins. Mothership core should be hovering over that cannon. Needs to be in a spot where it can protect it. Alright, get ready to warp in your 3 DTs and send them straight to the third. Okay, you're gonna want a robo facility and add gateways to your third, walling them off. I'd get the robo at your natural though this time. No, natural. It'll reinforce your army faster if it's sitting at the natural. Alright, so then start adding gateways to your base. Yeah, good. I'd add a total of 4. Okay, get ready to watch these DTs though, because you do have to focus on the spore at ASAP. Try to micro that DT back, that'd be cool if you can, that would save it. Nice. Alright, focus on the hatch. Hatch. Nice, okay. If you don't focus it down immediately, Overseer can morph in time. So it's actually really important you do focus it down. Alright. So you're making... need 1 more gate at least. You could probably throw down 2, but... Good. So let's get some, like, 2 gateways warped in. Yep, good. Keep making probes. This is the time when you normally stop, so make sure you queue them up. Make it immortal as soon as possible. Chronobus. You should be hitting your warp-ins. Mortal and pylons. +2 attack. Blink. You want a few more sentries warped in before you start warping the stalkers. So like a total of 5 or 6 sentries. Need a pylon where your army is standing. That way if he attacks you with a bunch of roaches, you have an easy spot to reinforce. Keep chronobusting out those immortals. I wouldn't chronobust gateways. Although it's good you're using it. I think you meant to, yeah, you meant to do it on the forge, I guess. Do you have pylons? More than 1 pylon at a time. We need at least like 3 or 4. Alright, keep making mortals. Go ahead and queue them up. Gateways at your third turn on. Okay. Mutas, photon overcharge that base. Photon overcharge, your third, photon. Alright, warp into Stalkers and head straight to his base and get a Warp Prism. Cancel the Immortal, go for Warp Prism. Don't even worry about your third, go straight to his base. Photon overcharge will defend it. Leave the Mothership Core behind though.
To his main or to his natural?
To his fourth, just take off his expansions. Warp in. Stalkers on the way. Go. Build cannons at your third. Like 4 or 5 cannons. Grab those Stalkers you just warped in. You gotta be going. Gotta be moving. It's really important you go straight to his base. Keep warping in when you can. If he attacks your main with Mutas, as you saw as you were passing by, just pull the probes to your third. Keep warping in Stalkers. If that probe can make a pylon, he's attacking your army. Attack his army. Anytime you can pick off Mutas, take the chance. They're a big snowball unit. You need a pylon with that probe you have down there. Oh, you got the Warp Prism actually. Use the Warp Prism. Warp Prism, Phase Moon, drop the Immortal. Warp in. You want to keep heading that way. Guardian Shield goes up if he fights. You should have Blink, so you can do a little bit of Blink right there. Warp Prism needs to be in Phase Moon, so you can reinforce. So against Mutas, it's very different. Like as soon as you see Mutas, you've got to head that way. You should have like 8 or 9 gates behind you, and you just queue up that Warp Prism, and you start to base trade. You leave the Mothership Core at your third base, and build a bunch of cannons at your third, and you should have you try to keep one base safe and only one base. The other bases don't matter.
Okay. That's one other thing I forgot about, is because the Muta switch, nobody really does it, so I have no idea what to do.
Right. Well, that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to go attack. If you sit back, it can be pretty hard. Alright, so into the PvZ, or do you want to try a PvT?
Let's try a PvT. I think that sounds good to me.
Alright. Alright, so here's a gold Terran. Alright.
Okay. As far as PvT, the beginning timings, I don't really know. Because whenever I look up builds for it, it's pretty much just like, add 100% this, this, and this. And I'm kind of like, okay, so get it when I need it.
Right, okay.
You know.
The main thing I need to know, though, is if you want to go Templar or Storm.
Storm, probably.
Alright, Storm. Definitely make that work. Alright, so 9 pylon, 13 gate,
Okay.
14 gas, and so 1 gas expand.
Okay.
So you don't generally want to scout until after your cyber, and you're only scouting for 2 rounds. You go back to mining.
Okay. Second pylon on the back.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just checking for what, 2 racks you said?
Yeah, so like to the left, to left, to left, to left, to left, to left. With your probe. Oh, yeah, to left. Yeah. Should make the zealot just in case he does like engineering bay block. Okay, go down with the probe now. And you want to go build the expansion with that probe that you have out on the map.
Oh.
Because if you do that, you can actually cancel the zealot and get your expansion down without him knowing you're going for it.
Okay.
And it's a lot better to have your expansion down before the zealot. So go ahead and cancel that zealot. Use the SCVs in your main base and grab the expansion. And now send the probe all the way around. And chronoboost out the mothership core immediately. The probe needs to go in a pathway that the Reaper is not going to see it. They almost always go Reaper now.
Okay.
Just in advance.
Gotcha.
This mothership core seems a little bit late. I'm not sure if it was started late. Go ahead and chronoboost again. Try to micro the probe if you can. Micro that probe. Yeah, there you go. Alright, 1 probe lost, not a big deal. Alright, grab your second gas, grab a pylon. Just keep the mothership core next to your nexus. Constant probes. Careful with the probe rally. Constant probes, chronoboost it out. The probe at his base should be hotkeyed. What has he got? So just from this, you can see double racks in the CC. So go ahead and send the probe back home. Hopefully you can get back without the Reaper killing it. But make your stalker. Guys and gas. So you know exactly what he's doing. You know there's not going to be any wood of mine shenanigans. You can just chronoboost probes freely.
Okay.
So you want to grab your robo facility and a forge. Alright, keep making probes, chronoboost them. Mothership core should be at your natural, and the stalker should be in your main, defending against the Reaper. Should make a second stalker. Just rally it to the stalker. It's always a good habit. You should be in the habit of rallying to other units. Makes your life simple. Keep chronoboosting probes. I'm gonna get +1 armor. Keep chronoboosting.
So what's the reason behind armor over attack?
When you're going Zealot High Templar, Zealots aren't going to be your primary source of damage. They're going to be your damage, or your tanks, I guess.
Okay.
So +1 attack's not really going to do any good for them. Make sure you double gas your expansion. Get 2 more gates down. So I'd warp in a sentry right away. You do need a pylon though, very soon, very soon. Okay, Obs goes straight to his base to scout for his army, scout his tech. You're gonna want your Twilight Council when your forge is halfway done, which is right around now. Get your guys in gas, but keep making probes, chronoboost them. Probes, chronoboost them. I think you're trying to do too few probes at once. 2 probes at each base really isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
Constant probe production is just really important.
Should I leave the stalkers up there or pull them down?
That Reaper's still out there somewhere, so you definitely still need them up there. Pylons in advance. Now is the time when you start doing like 2 at a time.
Okay.
So you want to get it charged, and you want to get your Templar Archives. Don't cancel it, but that's a really bad spot for your Templar Archives. Drops late game, that'll get picked off in no time. Get your gateways turned on. Alright, definitely need a second obs, and you want to get +2 armor here in a second. Rally your main back to your main. You got 16 on both next side. Good. Okay, get +2 armor. You can definitely crit boost some charge out. It's a good upgrade.
Okay.
See, we're scouting him. Looks like he's got. You need to add your gateways first. Oh, actually, you can do both. So add like 3 or 4 gates and warping zealots. You're looking at his main. Looks like he's got 3 axes plus a starport. Looks pretty standard.
Okay.
Second ob should be out in front of your base a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead and warp your zealots. Keep making probes though, don't cut 2 at a time. Go ahead and make another ob since you lost one. And get your army somewhat together, just leave one stalker up there. You need to start warping in High Templar. You can make an Archon with your first High Templar. That'll keep you safe. So you need to grab a third right around now. What's up with your obs? You should spot that immediately. Go get there. No, other obs. Yeah, there you go. Photo never charge. Archon needs to be on 1A. Oh shoot, we lost a lot of DPS. Shit. Photo never charge.
I didn't have the hockey.
Yeah. Just warping zealots. Warping a few high tempi too if you can. You need to grab your third. Warping, you got warpins. Spend the money. You can even make an immortal if you need to spend the money a little bit better. Okay, yep, the obs needs to be near your third somewhere, where you can see an army coming to your third.
Okay.
Okay, you have to be in between all your bases. Maybe you get a cannon starter at the edges of your main. What's that? Don't let him kill off your third. If you can feed back that weak medevac, it would die instantly. But he's not gonna let you. Alright, so keep making probes. Keep warping in when you can. 1 high tempo in the main. 3 cannons is a little bit overkill.
Okay.
Alright, so get ready to get +3 armor. So make sure you're saving 200 gas for that. Need double gas your third. Need a war prism. Probes to your third. So like 11 from your main and like 3 from your natural. Make sure you're still making them. You've cut them again a little bit. Okay, you generally want like 5 or 6 high Templar with your main army, and then you can start transitioning into Class A. So make sure you get some more warped in. Make sure you're using the gas geysers at your third immediately. Keep chrono boosting stuff, probes, +3 armor. High Templar in the main should be near your cannons, that way you can feed back stuff on the edge, and it would kill it immediately.
Okay.
Keep making probes, need to make like 2 or 3 more and you're good to go. Send the warp prism all the way around to his main. Make sure you're using the airspace so he doesn't scout it. It's going a little bit too much of a direct path. You need a nice long pathway.
Okay.
Make sure you're warping the zealots. Go ahead and get your robo bane and then another robo. Right, you just skinned your third. That generally can mean something. So do be on the lookout.
Okay.
Make sure you get that second robo though, so you can double produce Class A. Alright, you see his army at your third. It's a pretty small army, but you see 1 ghost. Don't get everything EMP'd by 1 ghost. That would be very bad. You can feedback that ghost too. So if he comes forward, just press the feedback button on it. People at your level will definitely not be able to win that battle. And it's not an insult, it's really hard to do. Alright, good storm. Okay. That ghost comes forward, make sure you feedback it. Pylons in advance, your supply blocked hard. Get +1 armor, or +1 attack, sorry. Maybe add 3 or 4 more gates just to help spend your money. Get ready to double produce Class A, you're gonna need a lot of pylons. You wanna go ahead and get Blink? Kratos Class A out too. Right there. Get range, Class A. Now's your 4th timing. What about that warp prism? Is that his space?
Yep.
Warping some zealots in his main. These obs need to be out there a little bit more. You need to start gaining control of your side of the map. You know, your own watchtower, stuff like that. It's best to have some High Templar unkeyed. That way if everything gets EMP'd, you have some to fall back on.
Yeah.
Keep critical boosting out Class A though. Go up, queue up 2 more. Okay, you see his army's sitting out there. Yeah, if we had 2 Class A with this army, it'd be much stronger. But yeah, we're not sure which way he's going yet. Need an obs somewhere. Oh, you see his army coming up your ramp.
Yep.
Just careful on your micro. Archons immediately. Archons. Bring these High Templar you left at your 3rd. The Class A that just popped out, you should be reinforcing the Zealots. Class A that just popped out, need that. Get ready to storm. Good. Feedbacks if you can. Those are full energy High Templar. Careful the Class A, those are Marauders. You gotta be careful. Warping. Keep making Class A. Warping. Oh, you didn't, okay. Okay, warping more. Need a High Templar. After a fight, always warp an High Templar, because that's going to be the time when he's regrouping. So that's your time to get full energy. High Templar, okay, there you go. Alright, probes to your 4th from your main. Probably should be making a few. I don't think you have enough. Yeah, you need to make like 5 or 6 probes. You need to have a High Templar at your 4th. Your army should be a little bit more out there. You should be warping in a few Stalkers to defend your Class A. Get +2 attack though. Definitely need to be protecting your 3rd though, or 4th. Need your own watchtower as well. So put a Zealot in that watchtower. Always need an obs with ghosts. Cloaked ghosts can be a problem. So I'd probably get like maybe 7 or 8 more Stalkers, and then you should be good to go, Stalker-wise. Keep Chronovisting, Forge, Class A. You have enough Class A. I wouldn't make any more.
Okay.
You can make a few Immortals, but... Alright, so Cannon 2 at your 4th. So you're Chronovisting at the Forge. Again, I would try to have a couple more High Templars spread out around the map. That way if you attack and you get EMP'd, you can pull High Templar from other places.
Okay.
Alright, so you still have that War Prism. You can use that to reinforce. You want to attack when you're max though. It's Protoss generally. Those 4 High Templar you just warped in, make sure you bring them alongside you though. Not with your army, but somewhat near it. Something to fall back to. Right. So you can maybe attack his 4th. It's generally easiest to attack there.
Should I start a 5th? Or...
No reason not to. If you've got the money, might as well. Make sure you bring those 4 High Templar we talked about. This is pretty important. Where's that War Prism at?
Right here.
Right, so you should be moving that way. Don't think you have obs with your army. Okay, you've got 1. It's cutting it close. Generally you want 2 or 3, but looks like he doesn't have a 4th yet, so maybe go attack his 3rd. Make sure you bring that War Prism. Make sure those 4 High Templar are close, but not too close. Those 4 High Templar, make sure you scoot them up a little bit more as you're moving up. Okay. Try to have a 1 or 2 High Templar near the front too. Storm anything you can, including Vikings, Archons immediately. Remember you have those 4 High Templar we left behind, so it's good. Reinforce with your Zealot. Stalkers are only good for protecting class A. That's about it.
Okay.
As a unit in general, they're pretty bad. Yep, good. Produce more class A. You still have storms left, so you don't really need to back off. If you're at a storm though, you do have to be careful. Maybe push up that warpism a little bit closer after you're warping. Great. So get a warping in. Yep, good. Okay, then maybe you can go with that warping. Alright, careful. Feedbacks are also good. When you see really high energy medevacs, feedbacks are good. I would make those high Templar Archons if you storm, because they're not going to have enough energy for storm. Let's just reinforce the zealots. Okay, that's GG. Alright, so yeah, not bad. Start was a little bit shaky, but
yeah.
That's really the only time you're in any big danger is the start. The first two medevacs.
That's my main problem with PvT, it seems, is just focusing on the drops when they're coming.
Right.
I'm not looking at the minimap enough.
Yeah, because all your spare APM should be going to the minimap, and when you don't have too much to spare, it means you're not looking at it much.
Yeah. Ugh. And I keep storming my zealots. That's something I keep doing, and I can't help it.
Yeah, you're not storming behind them enough. You're storming. You're thinking the storm's going to go down sooner than it's going to. But remember that if the High Templar aren't near the front, they have to also travel to the spot you want to storm. Which is why you need them a little bit more in the front as well. Okay.
I think I could try another PvT.
Alright.
Probably makes. I think the same build just to kind of help me practice it
Yeah, I agree.
would be good.
Let's do it. Alright, so remember at the start you're only scouting for the proxy 2 racks, and then you're going back to build the Nexus with that probe.
Where do people typically keep the proxies? Just kind of like by the natural or by the
Okay,
fridge?
you see the watchtower closest to you? If you go
Yeah.
up and to that ramp, up and to the right, right there is
Okay.
generally where you'll see it.
Okay. And scout after Cybercore, right? Or Gateway, you said.
After Cyber.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 14 gas, right?
Yes, 14 gas. Make sure you're boosting. So you're making probes. Yep. And you want to make that zealot and then cancel it if there's no engineering bay block. Remember to send out that probe to the right more next time. You want it to take a path that's not in the way of the SCV or Reaper. So no barracks. Yep. So you can go back and get your expansion. Right. So if there's no engineering bay block, you want to cancel that zealot and immediately make a mothership core after the expansion. Cancel the zealot. Oh, you're lagging a bit. Hopefully you get the cancel off. Alright, good. Expansion, expansion. Are you still there, or did you drop? I can't pause it. Make your mothership core! Make it! Make it! Mothership core! Oh, there you go. Mothership core. Cancel the, yeah, one per. It's a little bit late. You want it before the warp gate tech. And you want to get a stalker before the warp gate tech, and you need a pylon.
Gotcha. Yeah, my roommate's vacuuming and hit out my Ethernet, so... Bastard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So mothership core is just gonna stay up there, yeah? Alright, so we didn't scout him either. Always set the probe out to scout after the Nexus. This is a bit unfortunate. Make sure you're boosting probes. You're gonna get your Robo and Forge.
Okay.
You're gonna get your second Stalker. Make sure you're using all your units to mothership core. You might have to time warp. If you can get a good time warp off on the Hellion. Maybe not. Keep chronosting probes though. Chronos probes because you're losing some. Okay, probes out of both. Get your units together and at your natural. Guys back in gas, all that good stuff. Armor. Gateways turn on.
Need to add gateways, don't I?
No. Yeah, I guess so. Keep making probes though, don't cut them for probes. Keep boosting probes. Alright, so you will have to watch out for like medevac drop with Hellions because you don't know how many Hellions he's making.
Okay.
So warp in a sentry. Keep making probes, boost them. Don't cut. Send out that ops to his base, make sure he's not one-basing you. Keep making probes though. Don't cut. Go ahead and chronobus probes. Oh, you need pylons. Pylons. Alright, so Twilight when your forge is halfway done, which is right around now, and you also need double gas.
Okay. Should I warp in a couple stalkers just to be safe in the main, or?
Yeah, you should definitely do like a small warp in. So maybe like a zealot stalker warp in or something. You got again? Call him back. Alright, your roommate must be a horrible vacuumer.
He's an asshole. Is what he is.
Alright, so you get your Twilight done, so you need a Templar Archives.
Okay.
Pylons in advance. Oh, you got them. Okay, good. So now you just need gateways. Do we have an obs near his base?
Yep.
Alright, what is he doing? Looks like he's playing standard.
Bio.
Yep, bio. Go ahead and get charged and +2 armor. Look here with the ops. Try to get it to the front of the space if you can. So you can see when his army leaves. Alright, so you need your gateways. 30 gateways or so. Keep making probes, don't cut.
Holy shit. Ugh. Accidentally unhockey my Nexus.
Rally back to the main. Get storm started. A lot of chrono boost. You can spin on pretty much everything. Okay, start whipping your High Templar and Zealots and whatnot. Make an Archon.
Or make an Archon?
Yeah. This keeps you safe. So you want to be taking 4th right around now, generally. You see that in your main? You have to pull probes. You have to pull probes. Pull. Photon overcharge. He's gonna go down to your natural too. Get the obs out. Obs. Either pull obs back or make an obs or something. Pull probes from your natural. You need to be making obs. Oh, your robo's not hacking. That's part of the problem.
Oh, fuck.
Get that obs to your main. Obs to the main. Obs to the main. One coming to your natural. Okay, probes back to work. Not in your main, yeah, though. Chronobus that obs up. It's much faster when you Chronobus it. Probes back to work. Yep. Okay, warp in High Templar, warp in Zealots, fix all your gas geysers. Okay, get back down to your natural. Leave 1 High Templar on your main. Fix your idle probe situation. What do you see with that obs? You see small army moving up?
Yes.
Yep. It didn't look like a very big army though, did it?
No.
So there's gotta be more somewhere. Try to get a Zealot in your watchtower. You need a High Templar in your main. Need your Mothership Core in your main. And you can send everything else to your 3rd, generally. But High Templar needs to join your Mothership Core and you need a cannon in your main too. What about your 3rd? You saw that army moving out, so you know he's got something coming. So that army needs to be going to your 3rd. Mothership Core stays at in your main for photon overcharge.
Oops, where'd it go?
It's coming to your army. Get there. Warp in Zealots, pull probes. Your army's just sitting in the middle of the map. You know he's got something coming at your 3rd too. Photon overcharge your main. Get to your 3rd, get to your 3rd, get to your 3rd. Army's not moving. Okay, keep making probes. Don't overextend. Warp and High Templar again in your main. Chronobus probes everywhere. Zealot on your watchtower. Your army needs to stay nearby your 3rd though. They're gonna keep pressuring your main and 3rd normally. So you need to replace the High Templar in your main. You need to do a couple of Zealot warpins in your main.
Supply block, that explains things.
Yeah. Your army needs to be by your 3rd though. He's not going to be attacking your natural. It'll be either your 3rd or your main. Or both. So your main definitely needs some warpins. You need to photon overcharge it again.
Come on, violence.
Warpin. Might have to rebuild that Templar Archives. Need pylons. Try to get some cannons up in your main. You really need a High Templar in your main too, so as soon as this Templar Archives is done, maybe warp in too. So 2 High Templar in the main, and then a bunch of High Templar with your main army.
Okay.
Warpin, now's your time. Don't miss warpins. Need High Templar. High Templar. Okay, so warp in 4 or 5 High Templar with your army next, and then get your Robo Bay in the second Robo. Need probes too. Okay, that should be enough.
Okay, push out or?
No, you're pretty much defensive until you get Colossi out. So,
Okay.
Robo Bay and second Robo. You have vision of pretty much everything except the path to your third, so you should be sitting at your third. But set your main, you should notice that melee, feedbacks and storms and medevac. Good. Yes. Yeah, so you just pylons in advance. Don't get supply blocked. When you see at your third, you should notice the rocks being torn down. So you see a couple SCVs. So you want to bait them into your storm. So just back up a little bit. Back up, back up, back up. Just let the storms do the work. Storm behind you as you go. There you go. 1A, Archons, if you have no more storm. Try to get the rest of these storms off too. Okay, warp in results. Pull back a little bit. Your army, careful. Warp in results when you can. You can bring those High Templar from your main down if you want. If you feel like you need them. Watch your army there. Careful, don't warp in right next to him. You're getting picked to... Yeah, just try to wait for the High Templar, I guess.
Keep trying to put out storms and I realize why. Why wait?
Go. Don't let him pick off the base. 1A. Need to be reinforcing the Zealots. You have one more storm left, so make sure you get it off. Should be producing double Colossi. Watch your units. You got 4 Zealots that are gonna get picked off for sure. Reinforce, you can even add a bunch of Archons. You got a lot of gas.
A lot of money.
Yep, make sure you're producing double Colossi. Make those Archons immediately. Archons take a while to build, so... Colossi just popped out. It's headed your way. Try to pick off the High Templar. Oh, got one. Careful you don't have any storm. Don't overextend. Warp in, warp in, warp in. Keep double producing Colossi. Warp in, warp in. You're starting your main, you should notice that immediately. You see he has no Vikings, so honestly, you should be able to win any straight up fight. So honestly, you should be able to just like 1 AM, pretty much. Make sure you Guardian Shield though if you can, that would help. Oh, you don't have range, okay. No, that's actually a problem. You should be fine still, I think. Kill that Marauder. Please kill it. It's annoying. Thank you.
There.
You should definitely be down your ramp though. You don't want to be caught out of position. He could come in, stim, kill it off before you could react.
Okay.
So you should be by your third. And when he has no Vikings, you really honestly should be able to push him back with just 1-Aing him.
Let's find out.
It shouldn't even be close. You're gonna supply block, just make sure you get some pylons up. Looks like there's a drop in your main. I think you should be able to clean that up with the Zealots. Get some Zealots at your natural too, you might want to grab them. You should be able to clean that up with just Warpins, I think. Just warping a bunch of Zealots. Remember, he had no Vikings, so you do want to try to start a fight if you can.
Okay.
Is your army moving? What's your army? The fight at the 4th doesn't really matter. Alright, so he cleaned up his army, so you want to head straight that way. So 1A to his base while warping in. Maybe bring a probe for a pylon. And you need to start a new base. Okay, so one warp into Zealots or that class that just popped out will help clean up the main.
They kill it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's do a Zealot Orb or something. There we go. Alright. So yeah, drops are giving you a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah. Not my strongest point.
Let's see. I think observer positioning is a little bit of the problem.
Okay.
Let me just jump into the replay real fast and I'll show you where you want your observers. Alright, do you have the stream?
Huh?
Do you have the stream open by chance?
No.
Alright,
We do?
yeah. Just so I can show you real fast where the ops should be. And just let me know when it's loaded.
Okay, you're loaded.
Alright, it'll probably be a little bit delayed because of the new Twitch delay, but so you want one obs in these 3 locations when you have 3 bases. You want one like here to see if he's coming this way. Then you're gonna want one here to see if he's coming through that path, and then you want one here to cover your airspace. And that'll cover pretty much every map. Every map should be something similar like that. So 3 obs, 3 different path locations.
Okay.
And it should be showing up for you soon.
Yeah, I've seen it. So it's just like basically the base at the bottom, by the 3rd, and over by the middle, like the ramp at the natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that should give you nice, good vision so you can see everything coming in advance. And if you should have this color to red, that helps spot drops and stuff too. Alright, so
Yeah.
you want to do another PvT?
Sure. Might as well.
Alright. Also, how do you current boost both bases really fast if you need to?
Whatever the base button is. I don't do backspace. I have key on my mouse for that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
That's how I try to do it.
I don't know if having a button on your mouse is the best idea, but if that's comfortable for you, that's fine. So yeah, whenever you need to current boost probes, you just tap it twice and
Okay.
should be good to go.
Okay, it's the same build?
Yeah, sure. Same build. Alright. So remember to get your mothership core before anything else.
Okay.
Even warp gate.
So like mothership core, stalker, warp gate or
Yeah.
something?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, whoops. Shit. Fucking pros, man.
Yeah, I don't even bother to micro them. I generally do more damage than good when I micro them, so I don't really do anything.
I don't feel like I should have won that last game, by the way.
I don't know. You were a little bit behind. Not horribly.
Well, with the widow mines and all that business too.
Yeah, that did hurt quite a bit.
Yeah. Whoops.
Make sure you're chrono boosting though. First 3 chrono boost on the Nexus. Get a lot of probes queued up too. Ready to go? Yep, scout. Gonna queue up the zealot, and cancel it if needed, or if it's not needed, I guess. And I would try.
Those probes?
No, it's just first 3. I would always take the other pathway to scout for the proxies, so the SCV doesn't see your probe lead.
Okay.
And you're scouting it a little bit too much for the proxy, because it's cutting it close cancels out, because we don't actually know if there's an engineering bay block or not.
Right.
Alright, so go immediately out and to the left, so the Reaper doesn't see you, because you want to get a full scout off it on his base. Mothership core, you're making a probe. Mothership core, mothership core. Chrono boost it. It's really important you start that right on time, because the way the timing works, you have to play with this Reaper now for a little bit.
Alright.
Pull probes if he tries to chase. Yeah, 2 probes kind of hurts, but it's not the end of the world. Make probes. Chrono boost him. Pylon. Second gas. Probe. Don't let him pick off more. No. Oh, 3. Ouch. Try to get rid of that Reaper if you can. The stalkers aren't moving. Get it. Okay. Alright, Chrono boost probes. Did you get a scout off? Yeah, you did. So it looks like he's going to 3 rack CC, so standard play. So you just need to be focused on building probes and guys and gas. You've got 2 guys on 1 gas, make sure you fix that.
Robo next, I think, right?
Yeah, but you're a little bit low on gas, but yeah. Chrono boost probes though. Constant probes. Mothership core should be at the natural. You saw he was playing standard, so there's not going to be any widow mine drops or anything, so everything should be at the natural, in fact.
Okay.
So double gas, constant probes. Really, I would really try to do 2 probes at a time. You're cutting a lot, it does hurt. But double gas your expansion. Get your forge down as well. Okay, pylons in advance. Should have them start spreading out over the top of your base if possible, so you can see drops and stuff like that. You can go ahead and make a sentry. Okay, you can get your obs out. Guys and gas, and you only got one.
Oh.
Always hit C before you put guys and gas geysers. It makes them return their cargo. So you lost 10 minerals by transferring guys to gas just then. Constant probes. Double gateway. You're going to need to get your Twilight Castle a little bit early this game because your forge was late, so it won't be down when it's halfway done. So you just go and throw it down. Guys and gas as soon as possible though. A little bit late. Yep, Carnivorous Perps. Alright, rally back to the main. We're going to start adding some more gates, so like 2 more gates. Constant probes though, don't cut for probes. Rally your natural back down to the natural. There you go. Alright, so we got 1 obs going to the front of his army. Honestly, I would just put it at the front of his base, just so you can see when anything leaves. Scouting his base isn't really something on your priority list right now. Maybe when you get more APM, that's good, but you just need to see when he leaves his base. So go ahead and get charge. Go ahead and criticize that armor up some. It's a little bit late. Pylons. Gonna get spy block. And you're gonna want 1 more obs. Okay, what do you see with that obs on the minimap? You should have seen something.
Moving out.
Possibly. What was he moving out with?
Medevac.
Yep, so there's gonna be a drop in your main, right? So you gotta prepare for that a little bit. So maybe warp in a few zealots. These 2 stalkers and mothership core won't really be too much to scare it off. Warp in. Constant probes. Yep, good. Okay, get ready to warp in some high Templar too though. Medevac. Put an overcharge your main if he goes that way. Alright, so Storm, warp in high Templar, make an Archon. Pylons in advance, +2 armor. Alright, just keep warping in though, you're not hitting your orphans. Orphan, look at your money.
Oops.
Yeah, those should be zealots for sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, so go ahead and grab your 3rd. Carnivorous Steer Storm out. And definitely be warping in High Templar. Maybe add 2 or 3 more gates. Your money's gonna start floating. Warp in High Templar. Okay, maybe add a cannon in the main. 1 cannon should be enough. What do you see with the obs? What do you see?
Oh, he's moving up.
With SCVs, you should notice that.
Oh shit.
So you need to be warping in like as much as possible. Your next High Templar warp-in should be Archons. Just save the 2 you have now for the Storm.
Okay.
But the main priority is going to be holding this off, so make sure you make Archons soon. It's good for splash. Oh, you're spy blocked. Shit. Oh, no you're not. Warp in. High Templar. Warp in. Make those Archons immediately. You're going to photon overcharge your natural and time warp his army and then storm it if you can.
Okay.
Photon overcharge, time warp, storm. Yeah, nice. Another storm. Archon in the back isn't doing anything. Go ahead and make those Archons, the High Templar that are done. You can definitely take that army on now. Guardian Shield goes up if you can, yep. So we'll reinforce with Pure Zealot. Shouldn't really need to micro that much. Reinforcements are the most important. Yep, pick off the medevac so he can't run away, that'd be good. Nice. Right, constant probes. Do we not have charge? Oh, we forgot charge, huh? Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, we should be fine now. Alright, gateways in the main turn on. You can make immortals if you're having trouble spending your money. It's not a horrible unit. Start an immortal, get +3 armor. Gateways in the main turn on. Pylons in advance. +3 armor. Go ahead and Carnivorous charge too, that's pretty important in your grid. You should have your own watchtower control. It's something you really want to fight for, especially when you see his army with your obs. Definitely need High Templar weapons though. When a fight ends, now's your time to do High Templar.
Okay.
You're safer a little bit. So High Templar. You've got weapons available. There you go. That should be plenty. You want one for your main too, remember?
One for the natural too, or that shouldn't worry about it?
Yeah, why not? You just saw his army leave, but you should have your own watchtower. I think the Zealots were in your control group, so they came back. So always take it off your control group. Okay, warp in, warp in, warp in. You can start transitioning into class I. Let's send a main, you should see that melee. Feedback and warp in Zealots melee. Good. Not sure if that'll be enough or not. No, it won't. So you have to sense a little bit more. Alright, good storm. Go clean up the drop in your main. Careful sending everything though. I would only part half of it to your main. Like part the other half. Careful using. Okay. Yeah, don't need to send everything. Try to split up to 50-50 when that kind of stuff happens.
Oops.
So just warp in high tempo in your main and leave the Zealots that are already there. And just go to his base. Gateway, is that your third turn on? You can start class side while you're headed that way. Need the A moving towards his base though. When you're trying to hit the timing, it's important that you're headed that way. Go, 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 head that way. Drop in your minigun, but that should be plenty of Zealots. So you're using that obs, you see his army, looks pretty puny. So feedbacks are also fine. Small drop in your main. It's so better. It'll take some practice, but
Yeah. I just gotta deal with more people doing drops. And to
Yeah.
practice with.
yeah.
Because my macro completely slips when that happens.
Yeah. I think you're just paying a little bit too much attention to them. So you forget
Okay.
about other stuff, but if you want to try those builds out, and if you're still having trouble, just message me and I'll look at the replays on Skype or whatever.
Alright, man. Because I think it's been 2 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you still have trouble, just let me know what you're having trouble with, though, and I'll try to help you out.
For sure, man.
Alright, let me know how it goes, though.
Alright. Take it easy, Big Bones Jones.
See ya.